Good morning from London Southend Airport. I've been staying last night in the Holiday Inn, which is just behind me. I've got about 4 hours to spend in Southend before my flight back to Carlisle later today. So I'm going to go down to Southend and see what I can do in 4 hours. Going to go down to the seafront, see if I can get an ice cream, take a look at the pier, see what else is there. I'm taking the train down. It's cost me £3.50. A taxi was about £8. I spoke to a couple in the hotel last night. They got a taxi down, it was £8 for them. But I'm taking the train, £3.50, and it's just a very short walk from the hotel to the train station. Right behind me is the train station, which is very handy for the airport because the airport is just there. So the train has dropped me here at Southend Victoria train station. That's just behind me. There's a big shopping centre just there, and just behind me, between the Odeon and the shopping centre, is the walk down to the seafront, which a little sign tells me will take me 15 minutes. I've been following the signs for the seafront, and it's brought me into this really big, wide, pedestrianised shopping street. According to the signs, there's about 5 minutes left of my walk. I can see water. Must be getting close. Well, here I am at the seafront. It's taken me exactly 15 minutes to walk here. So the guy who's writing the signs obviously walked at the same speed as I do. Now I walk pretty fast, so I would bank on possibly 15 to 25 minutes depending on how quickly you walk from the train station down here to the seafront. I've walked down what is mostly a pedestrianised shopping street with a shopping centre at either end. There's the Victoria Centre at the top end, which seems to be anchored by New Look. And at the bottom end there's the Royal Shopping Centre, which is anchored by Debenhams. Everywhere's quite quiet at the moment because it is only 9:15 in the morning. The tide is out as well, so it doesn't look the best. There seems to be a big fun fair down there, like a pleasure beach, but that is all closed, of course, at the moment because it is very early. And over there is the pier, which is apparently the world's longest pleasure pier at 1 mile long. There's quite a number of steps to get down from the main street down to the seafront, but if you're struggling and you're not good with steps, there are lifts that take you all the way down to the seafront. So I've just been to the tourist information desk and I've asked what is the one thing you've got to do in Southend if you're only here for a few hours, and the guy said you've got to walk the pier. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk the pier. It's 1.1 miles. Apparently it should take me about 20 minutes. So here goes. Now, if I'd been clever and brought the GoPro with me, I would have been able to do a nice time lapse of this walk right to the end of the pier. But clever old me, I've left it in the hotel. Never mind. You'll just have to bear with me. Look at the gaps in them boards. Look at that. I keep getting text notifications on my phone, but I don't really want to take it out of my pocket, because if I drop it and it falls through one of them cracks, that's it gone. There's a nice seat here for a rest, halfway along the pier. In fact, I don't actually think it's halfway along the pier. Maybe about a quarter away along the pier. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's definitely not halfway along the pier. Keep going. Oh, there's a sign there. It says third of a mile. So it's a mile and a third. So I've still got another mile to walk. Yeah, it's about this time I really wish I'd took that train. There's the train tracks. There is a train. But I've only paid for a ticket to walk in each direction. Never mind. It is a beautiful day today. Even though it's only 9:45 in the morning, it is red hot. And even though I'm all the way out here on the pier and there is a breeze, it is still hot. It's a hot breeze. So yeah, it's a nice day for walking along this pier. This very, very long pier. Here comes the train. This is the train you can get if you don't want to walk like I'm doing. You can get the train. I think it's about £5.35, I think it was, for the return on the train. £2 to walk, £5.35 on the train. Or you can walk one way and get the train the other, and I think that was something like £4.30 anyway. Just past the mile mark, third of a mile to go, nearly there. Getting some water now. Water. See the little fishes swimming about. And we've made it! Hooray! Made it to the end of the pier. Hooray! All these garden sheds. That one's got a big silver ball on it. So a long but satisfying walk along the pier right to the very end here. It is 1.3 miles, so you have to be fit if you want to do it, especially on a hot day like today, because it is quite tiring. There are a couple of cafes at the end. There's one called Salt, which is a big one right on the end. You can see that just down there behind me. Also there's a tea rooms as well, and a couple of little stands that sell cold drinks, ice creams, that type of thing. So I am now going to go and get myself a drink, get myself a snack, and make the long walk back into Southend. Hooray! Made it back to Southend. No seriousness, that is a great walk, especially on a day like today. It was absolutely beautiful out there, lovely refreshing breeze, and the tide has started to come in as well, so it's looking a lot better. It's now 11:10. I left the hotel at 8:45 this morning. I've got to be back there for about 1 o'clock, so I've got 1 hour 45 minutes. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to get on that fairground. The rides are in testing now, but I can't see anybody in there. I don't know what time it opens, but we'll see. I'll have a look when I get a bit closer. But there is something just over there that I want to have a go at. Before I leave the pier, here's a recap of the prices. To walk in both directions it's £2, £5.35 for the train in both directions, and a one-way walk and a one-way ride is £4.85. And you can see there that there are child concession and family tickets available. As you can tell by the screams, the funfair is open. Let's go and check it out. And here's the admission prices for Adventure Island. It's free to get in and walk around. You've got a choice of wristbands depending on your thrill level. Or ride tickets are available £1.20 each. And down here at the bottom it tells you which ride is which colour. Seems to be a great little theme park, this. Quite a small footprint, but it seems to have something for everybody. It's got thrill rides, kids rides, dodgems, go-karts, all the usual snack shops and ice creams and candy floss, and it's good. Found the beach, found an ice cream. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, I've eaten my ice cream. I've bought my sticks of rock. Before I got distracted by the pleasure beach, there was something I spotted over here that I wanted to try. And the thing I wanted to try was this, the cliff lift. Thank you.
Any tickets for you?
Thank you.
Thank you. Where have you come from today? Up there.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
No, it does it, and people go wandering around there and get stuck.
That was fun. And it was only 50p as well, and he got a souvenir ticket and a little bit of a chat off the guy who's driving the, what do you call it, a lift. So it was lovely. I just thought I'd take a minute to try and sum up what the idea was behind doing this video. If you've seen my other video, I flew down on the first flight down from Carlisle Airport yesterday down into London Southend. I'm flying back to Carlisle today, so I've just stayed overnight. I've had 4 hours to explore Southend, and the reason behind it was, I'm assuming most people will come to London Southend from Carlisle to then get the train into London itself, but I wanted to see what Southend was like for a visit and whether it was worth coming as in a destination in itself. And in the limited time I've had here, I'd say yeah, probably you could spend 1 to 2 days here and have an enjoyable time, especially if the weather is as nice as it is today. But any longer than that, and I think that you'd really need to do that day trip at least into London city centre. But it's not bad from the airport. 55 minutes it is on the train to get into the centre of London. So yeah, I would recommend a trip to Southend. And here I am back where I started. That is it for my whistle stop tour of Southend seafront. I'm heading back to the hotel now so I can catch my flight back up to Carlisle. Watch out for that coming in another video. But for now, that'll do, and I'll see you next time.